2. SNX radio, typical skeptic crew. Friday night, we're back in the booth, dropping truth bombs, igniting the proof.
Robbing Coley, cosmic collision, unidentified open transmission. From Area 51, scan Walker Ranch, declassify the files, give truth a chance. Bass drum thumping, a sonic boom, we're breaking down the walls of every room. Skeptical minds unite tonight, underneath the stars bathed in moonlight. Truth still flowing through the veins, open your mind, break the chains, question everything, challenge the norm, ride the cosmic wave, weather the storm. Truth serum flowing, take a dose, unravel the secrets, expose what's close. Join the movement, the skeptical quest for the hidden knowledge put to the test.
Crypt is creeping, in the shadows deep, ancient mysteries, secrets they keep. Bigfoot's footprints, Loch Ness's grace, unexplained phenomena, time and space.
We're chasing ghosts with EMF readers, searching for answers, cosmic leaders, digging for the truth beneath the surface, uncover the lies with a lyrical purpose. Truth serum flowing through the veins, open your mind, break the chains, question everything, challenge the known, ride the cosmic wave, weather the storm. Truth serum flowing, take a dose, unravel the secrets, expose what's closed. Join the movement, the skeptical quest for the hidden knowledge put to the test.
From Roswell crashes to ancient lore, we're exploring the unknown and so much more. Conspiracy theories, twisted and true, uncover the answers, me and you.
Truth serum flowing through the veins, open your mind, break the chains, question everything, challenge the known, ride the cosmic wave, weather the storm. Truth serum flowing, take a dose, unravel the secrets, expose what's closed. Join the movement, the skeptical quest for the hidden knowledge put to the test.
SNX, and typical skeptics sign off. Keep searching for truth, turn the lights off, I'll keep them on, whatever you choose. Just keep questioning, never lose that skeptical spark, that curious fire. Explore the unknown, take it higher, higher, higher.
Stars hum secrets, whispers in the void, footsteps in the woods, silence destroyed. Sasquatch shadow, moonlight gleam, echoes ripple, is this a dream? Signals pulse through the cosmic stream, truth ain't clear, or so it seems. Eyes to the skies, minds collide, what's real hides, where the unknown resides. Unraveling mysteries, the universe speaks, hidden in the shadows, the answers we seek. Cosmic connections, truths untold, reality bends, let the secrets unfold.
Metal birds hover, glowing in the night. Gravity's broken, wrong feels right. Voices crackle from the static hum. Are they here or yet to come? Footprints in soil too big for a man, a blueprint of something beyond the plan. Dimensions twist like threads unwind, every question sparks a curious mind.
What if we're not alone? What if this world's alone? What if the truth's been known? From light gleam and no racing, everything is this old known race. Everyone a mysteries, the unknown and what the unknown resides. Metal birds hover, glowing in the night. Gravity's broken, wrong feels right. Voices crackle from the static hum. Are they here or yet to come? Footprints in soil too big for a man, a blueprint of something beyond the plan. Dimensions twist like threads unwind, every question sparks a curious mind. What if we're not alone? What if this world's alone? What if the truth's been known?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SNX Radio. I'm Coley, and we have Rob from Typical Skeptic Podcast. So, as usual, I'm going to keep dropping this link live in X, and I'm going to hand it over to Rob for you so he can introduce our very special guest tonight. So,
Well, what's up, everybody? Everybody's here from Coley's chat and my chat on YouTube and Rumble and her chat on Twitter and X. And, I think we got every platform covered. But tonight we have a really special guest. She's a good friend of mine. Like, I would say, like, one of my best friends, honestly. And I wrote a description, but I just want to say we met through our friend, the late Renetta Jones. We both had a very good friendship with Renetta Jones. We felt like Renetta's teachings were the real deal. Renetta talked about a lot of stuff about hidden tech and cybernetics and secret space programs, and Renetta tried to prove it. But like Michelle comes from that, who we have on, Michelle comes from that angle from different layers. Michelle does decodes. She studied under Jesse Zevatar. I'll just read you what I wrote about tonight. Tonight we have Michelle Whitney. She's a spiritual researcher and a student of the late Renetta Jones, dedicated to the Earth Grid Rescue Mission. Her work decodes hidden layers of esoteric knowledge, including Damon T. Berry's Knowledge of Forever Time series, and ties them to planetary healing, consciousness shifts, and multidimensional operations to rescue and repair the Earth's energetic grid. In this episode, myself and Coley team up with to interview Michelle Whitney about her ongoing Earth Grid Rescue Mission and the hidden truths behind our reality grids. Together, we'll excuse me, I'm tongue twisted. Together, we'll dive into the mission to rescue and repair Earth's energy grids, insights from Damon T. Berry's Knowledge of Forever Time, how Renetta Jones' teachings have shaped Michelle's path, multidimensional awareness, interference, and rescue operations, what these revelations mean for humanity's awakening, and you can expect a mind-expanding, esoteric deep dive into Earth's hidden architecture and the forces working to free it. And with all that said, I'd like to give her a big warm welcome back to the show, my good friend Michelle Whitney. Michelle, thanks so much for coming back on. How are you?
I'm so happy to be here. You always write the best intros, Rob. I love you all. Hi, everybody in the chat. I see my friend from Steven
welcome,
over at
Michelle.
Cast. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say welcome, Michelle. Yeah,
I'm so glad to be here. So thank you for having me back.
I'm
I see
glad to have
Connor. I see Wolf Dragon. I see Kurt, Arizona Raven. Hey, everyone. I'm so glad you all are here. Lois is in there. Linda Winger, not Wagner. We learned that the other night. So I'm excited and I'm glad to be here. And thank you for having me back.
Yeah, exactly. So where were you? How have things been going for you since the last time we did a show?
I'm good. I'm in Oklahoma, so I've left Alabama. I have some really exciting news to share about my cat. He showed up on my old next door neighbor's camera at about 1:30 this morning. We're almost 100% positive it's him. We never had any other orange cats around, so unless this is like an identical, we're almost 1,000% sure it's him. My neighbor's gonna try to catch him, and then we're gonna have him shipped to us. So I don't think any of this would have been possible without the community. You guys literally were my glue that held me together. I just can't say thank you enough. So that's where I'm at now.
That's awesome.
A couple states over.
That's great. And we're going to be picking up from last time where we left off, right? With the Knowledge of Forever Time decode. Is that kind of what you wanted to go tonight?
Yeah. I'm hoping we can finish it up tonight. And I want to save enough time for questions. So if anybody has questions, we'll try to do them as they come through. I would just ask that you kindly put them in uppercase and caps lock so that way we don't miss them. I will do a short recap. There are 2 other parts to this, so you guys shouldn't be too lost if you're just joining for the first time now, but I would recommend afterwards you might go back and watch it. And then, of course, I do want to let you guys know that you can watch this series for free. Damon T. Berry's The Knowledge of the Forever Time. The first 7 episodes are free on YouTube. The 8th episode, now I'm sorry if you're not in the United States, from what I understand, they have blocked BitChute, B-I-T, C as in Charlie, H-U-T-E. I believe you cannot watch that across the pond in the United Kingdom. They have it blocked. But episode 8, for those who are in the United States, you can watch it free on there. It's about 2 hours in length. So I know there's some people that have uploaded it. It's not quite the whole episode. So if it's about 2 hours, that's the right one.
And let's talk about this real quick before we start. We should give a shout out to Renetta Jones. You know, like I mentioned her in the intro, but like for the people who might not know about Renetta Michelle, like, you know, like me and you were really moved by her work. And like, you know, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I'd love to. I just want to apologize, you guys. I have not got Wi-Fi yet, but I do have pretty good phone signal when I'm running my computer on my hotspot. So I'm sorry if it freezes, usually because my face is like that usually when it happens. I'm hoping I won't have to go over to the phone, so forgive me if it does occur. But yeah, I'd love to say a few words about Renetta. I did not know Renetta for long, but I'll tell you that I had been an avid researcher, armchair researcher, for going on almost a decade now. And Damon T. Berry, when I found his work, it consumed me. There were things in there that woke me up. There were things in there that I just felt like I was looking at home. Specifically, the Triangulum constellation. There was just something about it that when I looked at it, it made me cry like I was homesick. And there was some unique signatures that were in the work of Damon T. Berry. And I found Renetta Jones through the Typical Skeptic podcast during the holidays last year. And the moment that I found it, it started activating me in ways like, I'll tell you guys, this is really funny now, but it wasn't at the time. So at my old house, there was woods around the property, and I'm doing the dishes one day in the kitchen, and I'm looking out the window, and there is a literal giant in a tree. Like the tree was a giant, and I started psychically connecting with this tree, and it had a face, and I'm like, oh, that's totally normal. Right? I'm like, oh God, what is going on? So that started for me. Well, Renetta used to do videos with Connor, who I know is in the chat. They would do videos about the secrets of the continental divide. And there were signatures in Renetta's work that Damon T. Berry had discussed, for example, the spider. And I'd never heard anybody else discuss the spider. And then years later, I find Renetta, and Renetta was channeling this spider. And I really want to drive this home. If I don't make any other points tonight, I want to make this. Our civilization, and they say we're at the most advanced we've ever been. I would respectfully disagree. I think our ancestors, especially these megalithic structures that we are not capable of replicating today, they were not left as homages or oaths to these monarchs. They were left for us. They were left for us. They were left for us, hoping one of us would pick up on the clues and realize that they had been advanced. They had been advanced enough to know what our continents look like from outer space. And it has been very evident to me in some of the cave paintings and some of the art and some of these megalithic structures that they were able to see what things looked like from outer space. So I think that there's been a cycle of resetting, and it seems to be about 5,125 years to about 10,000 years. And then something happens, right? Like a catastrophe, like a flood. And there seems to be a few survivors, and these survivors seem to be putting in clandestine messages, and they're left behind hoping that where we are now, that we realize it and realize, hey, we're supposed to be getting off this planet, that there is something coming. And so tonight, that's what I want to discuss. And I want to dedicate this show to Renetta, because if it wasn't for her, I would have never found my family. You guys are my soul family. So I just want to say thank you.
That's awesome. No, I agree. Yeah. And I agree about the cataclysms, honestly. I think something's happened. And you're right. Like, you know, like, how does Göbekli Tepe get completely covered up in, like, you know, and everything else, all the other myths, you know what I mean? It's like, it seems like there's like a complete series of cataclysms, like, you know, throughout history that have completely wiped us out over and over again, where we've had to restart civilizations. And it seems about right, you know? So this is going to be really interesting. Coley, did you want to add anything, or I'm sorry?
No, I was going to say I did not know her, but I've heard so much about. Can you hear me or not? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You were good.
You can hear me? Okay. I was just making sure. I'm using a different system tonight, so that's why I've just been a little laggy here. But I'm good. I just wanted to say I did not know her, but I've heard so many good things from you guys, and getting to know that. I'm really sorry that happened, but I'm so glad that you guys are carrying on, like that work and probably what really meant a lot to her here. So I think that's very awesome. Well said, Michelle.
Yeah, I definitely think that she's alive in all of us. I think that us carrying on her work is the best ode we could give to her. And, her like Damon T. Berry, these people gave their lives and their freedom so we could have this information. And so I feel like my purpose now, especially since I feel like this baton has been passed to me, like the biggest thing I can do out of respect for her time and the information she taught me is to pay that forward. And so I don't like to be a gatekeeper. I feel like this knowledge is meant for humanity. I think we've had enough gatekeepers, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. I respect everybody, that they all have a voice. So I would just ask that you just have an open mind tonight and just ask yourself, is this resonating with me? Does this seem familiar? Does this seem like something that's very plausible,
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you need me to share do you want me to share the presentation now, Michelle?
Please. Yeah, I want to hop into it. I am going to give a quick recap, but we'll go ahead and start with that. Yeah, you two are so great to drive for me tonight. So
no, we just want to make sure we had it. So that was awesome.
Sorry, go ahead, Coley.
No, I was going to say that's all. We just wanted to get it figured out because, now I'm operating a new system right now too. So I just wanted to make sure that it was all covered. But yeah.
Yeah, we're organized chaos, you guys.
Controlled chaos for sure. I like that.
Linda, we're talking about, we were talking about Renetta Jones, who was somebody that was a very active part of our community. She did DECODE. One of her best videos, I think, was Galactic Trade. Was it Proving the Secret Space Program? And then she had one called The Unholy Trinity of the Beast. Yeah. I know she did a lot of interviews with Rob. Connor, who's in the chat, was like her apprentice or more like a partner. And Dawn Rogers over at March 4th Productions. They did a lot of interviews with her. There was a project that I was working with her in the background, and this is kind of funny. So she's talking to me one day, right? And she goes, Michelle, do not tell your friends, right? She's like, don't be open with your friends about this knowledge. And I was like, Renetta, I don't have any friends. And she's like, what? You don't have any friends? And I was like, no, I live in the middle of nowhere and my friends have paws, Anyways, so she started inviting me to her groups, and it wasn't much later after that. And I'm not going to bullshit about this. This woman was hunted to death, you guys, okay? It was not an accident. She was not sick. She had her faculties about her, and they chased and hunted her down with the Mountain Dews, okay? And a couple days before we found that out, I believe it was the spring equinox. I'm pretty sure it was one of the biggest sacrifice rituals of the year that the club holds. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's who started this for me, Linda. And so the work that we're looking at tonight, though, is from another gentleman named Damon T. Berry, who had an 8-part series called The Knowledge of the Forever Time. And so we've done 2 other parts to this, but if this is the first time you're watching, welcome and thank you for joining us. And I am going to give a recap, but you might need to go back and watch the other 2 just to get the full picture. It was a good question. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we have a tie-dye alien. Am I frozen?
Oh, wait, here, I'm gonna flip it over here. Now you guys should be able to see the picture.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna give a quick little recap. So what happens is Damon T. Berry. Now, I'm sorry, I thought he was like on a trip or something for the government. He was a liaison, and he was in Egypt, and he snuck off of the base where he was not supposed to leave, and he had a homegrown guide who took him to see the Giza Plateau and the Sphinx. Something happened to him while he was there. He says he touched what he called the Prometheus stone or the God stone on the Sphinx. Oh, you're most welcome. No problem, Miss Winger. So he touches this God stone on the Sphinx. He doesn't realize anything's really happened. He gets lightheaded. He falls in the sand. he ends up coming back to the United States. When he comes back, he realizes he is fluent in ancient hieroglyphs, and he's just able to connect with these megalithic sites, and he starts decoding things. So one of the things that I have been really researching, and it took me almost 10 years, is that the sun obviously is a star, but it is a stargate. And I miss her so much too, Connor. Hey, TKB, good to see you. Good to see you. Connor, thanks for being here with us. Connor was very close with Renetta, and I felt bad for all of us when this happened, but it really especially hurt me for Connor, because Connor, he's an old soul, but, you know, he's still a young man, and it's not easy for anyone to lose someone, but especially when it happens so suddenly and unexpectedly, right? And this was kind of like our ringleader. Like, she was really hitting it with the groups. Like, I mean, we were doing groups every other day, and she had ideas. Like, she was tapping into some kind of information superhighway. So anyway, so let me back up a little bit. So Damon T. Berry, he's putting together that all these megalithic sites, they are telling us one thing, and that is that there's something coming that resets the planet, and that there's these clandestine messages that have been left all over. They've been left in cave paintings that we have found out are actual star charts from the viewpoint of a satellite in a geo-elliptical orbit, which I don't know how long ago we finally got a geo-elliptical satellite up, but I'm not talking about one that's stationary and moving in around the axis of the Earth, but this is one that goes, I believe, north to south. I'm not going to get into the flat Earth, round Earth thing tonight. I just don't even want to touch that. But what we are noticing here in these images, and we're going to just start skimming through them because I want to leave time for questions, is the knowledge that was put over the heads of the monarchs, of the pharaohs with the sun, is that the sun is hollow and that it is a stargate. And it is a combination of things like the Nazca lines, places like Teotihuacan, that even in Africa especially, you have these obelisks, right? These obelisks that at the top have a triangle or a pyramid, and this is representing the Triangulum constellation. Now, the Triangulum constellation is in between Pisces and Andromeda, and it's been renamed a few times, but the Tree of Life, the other one is Ea, and I think it's been changed to Elohim, and then Yahweh. Okay, so it's this 3-star constellation. Now, last time I was on, I had a little blip, and it's not on this one, but it is a spiral galaxy. I'll tell you what's crazy is, so my birthday, right? My birthday is 3485. Just a fun fact to file. All of these stars that are in this constellation, you guys, they're all registered with like the new star catalog. They are all combinations of my initials and my birth date. I'm a Pisces, and I know I had a past life in Andromeda. Like, I'm incredibly drawn to Andromeda. I'm not saying it was named after me or anything like that. I know there's things that are put there like little breadcrumbs so that I pay attention. And I have had a obsession with Triangulum. And what we have figured out is at the top of all these obelisks, instead of them being, flat, they are triangular. And that was on purpose, so that when you come out of your body, you would have directions back home. They call it the throne of God. And no, you do not have to be out of your body to get there. What all of this is about is that there is a way for all of us to walk off the planet, to go through the sun, and that we can go in our bodies through what they call the heavenly gates to the throne of God. And this goes back to the Sumerian kings list. If you look at like Methuselah, you look at the dates and these cuneiform, like the kings list, right? The Sumerian kings list, they are living thousands of years, right? These are the ones that figured out this knowledge before, and they made this journey. And when you get there, not only do you get to meet God, you get to drink of the fountain of life. And then you are given dominion and authority to come back and rule over the earth. So tonight, I want to finish showing you guys this map and how this works, okay? The other thing that I really, really want to stress is that who is it that's coming and what do they intend on doing? So if my lovely driver would go ahead and hit the next button,
What you got it?
Scroll down.
I don't know if you heard her or
There we
not.
go.
Okay, so
Got you.
ISIS, right? Yeah, I'm so sorry about the images, you guys. We're doing the best we can. I've got two beautiful drivers. I'm a California driver, so you didn't want me driving. So ISIS, right? We know that feathers, right? We know feathers are showing that your part of the body is up in the sky in the heavenly realm. We have Native Americans that wear headdresses, right? The chief, the leader of the tribe. That meant that their head was up in the sky. Now, the last presentation, I was showing images of, I think it's in Mexico or the Maya, and they literally have Bluetooth in their ear. And we're going to look at some of those images. Why are all of them sitting down when they have their wings spread? That is because they were capable of flying and they did it sitting down. Next image, please. Sorry. Please and thank you. Those are the magic words. Here we go. So what does this look like, right? We've got Isis. She's got the holy knowledge on her head, right? We
You
see
need
that
like
there's density of the sun.
a
She's got her wing spread and everybody is sitting down.
noise of some sort to play in there for it. Yeah.
So I'm sorry that the whole image is not visible, but this is a serpent, right? So what does an airplane look like from the bird's eye view? Well, it's got that nose like a serpent with wings. Who is sitting down when they're flying? Well, I know when I'm flying and sitting down, it's because I'm on an airplane. Sorry, that's a butterfly. An airplane. Next.
Wow. Should I try to enlarge these? I mean, I don't know if I should try to.
Yeah, I think you can. If you're in viewing, you're in editing. You can drag it if you want. You can highlight, click the image, and then it should have on the right some expander. Click on the picture of Isis. I don't know why she's half naked in all of them. This is an adult show tonight. Okay, click. Yeah, all right. Now, do you see to the right, on the right and the left, the purple? There should be a little white bar that allows you to drag it, hold and drag it, Rob. Yeah, see the little white bar there? It's like perpendicular. No. Go back to the image. Yeah,
it's on the
just
bottom. I don't even have to click right click. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you see those little white cursors, if you hold that and drag that to the right.
Are you seeing my screen? Like, are you?
I'm fine. No, don't do that. No, you're gonna just click on the image. Yeah, exit out of that, Rob. Just go ahead and click on Isis.
Okay.
No, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
All right. See to the left of the circle. There's that little white.
Wait, it's right here, Michelle. You can just scroll.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. See,
so
I moved
she's
it.
fine. Yeah, we're good. Next image. Or you're fine. Yeah, it's those little white bars that are on her wings that you have to hold and drag. Okay, here we go. Here's our serpent. So do you see what I'm saying, you guys? We can't really see his nose, but they are using serpents when they're sitting down in these hieroglyphs to indicate that a serpent with wings is an airplane. There you go. And I'm not a fan of snakes, but this one's okay. And I'm sorry if I'm screaming. I don't know how well you guys can hear me.
You're good, Michelle.
Sound great on my end. Yeah, keep going, girl.
You're all right. You're
okay. Next.
Yeah, and by the way, I can't see you guys when I'm doing this because, like, all I can see is like the presentation.
I'm not going to get up and go to the bathroom like you did, though.
I can't see what's going on in the chat. I mean, that's why I have it up.
Marco. Okay.
Yeah.
So I believe this is the Maya. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but every time that we see them as well, okay, so we've got all of his stuff packed up, right? And he's sitting while he's traveling. It is just another, actually, from what I understand, this is connected with their calendars. And you've got to wonder why they were punching out all these dates, right? We can't even with computers replicate the accuracy of some of these calendars that we have been able to find in the temples down in, I believe, Mexico. I would have such a headache from holding all that crap on my neck. All right, let's go to the next one, Rob.
Okay.
You're doing great. Okay. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, you're fine. You can scroll down just a little bit, perhaps. You might have to zoom out just a hair. So this one, you can see it looks like jewelry in his ears, but actually, and I don't think I included the other one from last time, but it literally is a Bluetooth, you guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's people here that are as old as me that remember when Bluetooth first came out. That thing was like my Gatorade bottle on my ear, right? The thing was huge. The thing was huge. And now things are much smaller. They've, the technology is advanced. It's much smaller now. But there's many legends that talk about the sky gods, right? The sky gods that would come down and land, and they would communicate with one of the elders, like tribal leader, the chief, and he would be the one that would wear the headdress, right? The feathers represent which part of the body is communicating in the heavens with the Bluetooth.
Wow. Did you ever think the feathers represent the Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent too, Michelle? Is that right? Or
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to say that again, honey. I couldn't hear you very well.
Did you ever hear that the feathers, like on a Native American headdress, the feathers represent the feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl?
Yeah, from what I understand, even the word America is land of the feathered serpent. Like I said, I don't think there's any
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at the names of these places, like Teotihuacan, I mean, the place where man meets God, Africa, like actually Ethiopia, which is a Greek word, right? It means like skin burnt from the sun. We know Africa is the children of the sun. These are all names intentionally to let us know, hey, wink, wink, there's a connection. Next.
This is fascinating, Michelle. This is really fascinating. This is really cool.
It really is. I'm just looking, and I remember the one that you talked to about the Bluetooth, and it really is. Some of the stuff is just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
that you can spot it.
I mean, like, talk about shocked, right? Like, I know Rob listens to it a little bit when he falls asleep at night and stuff, but I mean, I've watched it so many times, and every time I watch it, I pick up on something new. I will never forget the first time I saw that. Just, right? My mouth was on the floor. I don't think I'd ever been, I've watched a lot of documentaries. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I hate to say this. I'm not very easily shocked anymore, but I will never forget the moment that they overlaid someone with a Bluetooth over that image. It was just undeniable. And it was like, how did we never notice this? Well, that's because normally their ears are covered by their headdress. Now, there's another one too I showed last time where the guy's literally like on his mouth is open, right? He's talking, and he's got the buttons like on the speakerphone. Like, what is going on, right? Like, this is not. This is. Do they normally have these at powwows? I'm not sure. All right, on delay.
Oh, next one. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's interesting.
What was that question about the names? I'm so sorry. I didn't get to
cover you up, Michelle, but I'll pull it back for you. Hold on. Let's see. Hopefully, I don't lose it. I'll plop it back up as soon as I find it.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine, girl. Well, we're gonna make sure there's enough time for questions. I intentionally. Do you ever think the names we have for things are just mispronounced? I do, Kitsley. Oh my gosh, thank you for saying that. Absolutely, I really do. Something that Renetta taught me. So we know about the club, right? I'm going to say it backwards. Itanamuli. Okay, we know what that is forwards. Well, esotericism, that was all invented in the East. What directions they read in the East, guys? Backwards, right? Compared to the West. They read right to left. You come to the West, you read left to right. So I have noticed, especially like when I was doing the decode on Pittsburgh, Rob, right? Like I didn't realize how close Columbus is because obviously I don't own a map. But I can't tell you how many towns I found that read one direction one way. Then I reversed it. And it doesn't matter about the spelling always. It is the way that it sounds, okay? Sometimes you have to go back to broken English. Sorry, I can't think of a different term. I don't mean any offense to anyone. But you have to put an extra syllable in there, right? Like the way that you say it phonetically. That's the word I'm looking for. I think that they do this all the time. I think they believe they're karmically relieving themselves by putting things out, and that we're just gonna discard it, because there's always that plausible deniability, right? It's like, dude, am I just clumsy and did I fall or did I get pushed?
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, so what's going on in this image?
Oh,
here?
Michelle,
Okay, so
real quick. I'm sorry, real
yeah.
quick. I just wanted to ask you, Jen, Boots on the Ground. She's got a podcast. It's actually wonderful. Anyway, she wants to know if people say that the Bluetooth is part of. Here, I'll pull it up for you. I don't know if you answered this or not, but I just wanted to grab you before we went too far forward.
Oh my god, I know what she means. Yeah. So I am one of those people that I remote view or scan the grids. Rob had me on his show, and I just have to laugh because this is hilarious. I thought everyone could see clearly in a picture. They could see what I was seeing. I did not know that it was remote viewing or energy scanning out. I gotta laugh because it probably to some people looked like I spent an hour with a collection of blurry plant pictures. And I'm like, well, clearly it's a snake, and it's like, no, it's a bush, you know. So yeah, no, I'm a little bit more calm than Renetta is. They used to piss the ever living off of her about that. No, I do know that people have that term, but like I said, there's always that loophole for plausible deniability, and they want you to go back to sleep. They want you to go, oh, it's a one-off, right? That stigma, that programming to feel embarrassed. That's taken a lot for me to overcome too, you guys. You know, like sometimes I feel like I'm kind of alone and I'm the only one that's speaking up about something, and everybody's just going one way, and then I'm standing there against the current. I've had to learn how not to give a damn, and it's fine. You know what I mean? Like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinions. I think as long as you're not disrespecting anybody or trying to bring anybody down, unless you know it's the club, then fuck them for bringing them down. You know what I mean? You're entitled to your opinions, but not everybody has. For what I understand, it's like third eye activation, so not everybody sees it. But yeah, I am familiar with the word, and I think they have all kinds of reasons and words and alphabet soups and word salads, and they wordsmith us so that we just, you know, don't pay it any mind. Kind of like how The Simpsons keeps predicting the future, right?
Yeah.
It's all Project Looking Glass. It's all the MK Ultra, the Mile, all that stuff, right? They're using children and looking down the timeline, and then they're putting it out on The Simpsons, and you are at home, you're relaxed, you're not really paying too much, you know what I mean? You don't have your guard up or your defenses, so it's very easy to penetrate your subconscious. They also are doing this.
Aren't they supposed to disclose to us, Michelle? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Aren't they supposed to disclose? Isn't that like a thing that they're supposed to disclose to us what they're doing somehow or something like that?
Yeah, so they believe that they're karmically relieving themselves by telling us things. And I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, but I do subscribe to the early work of Ashiana Dean. And she talks about one of the layers that has been deactivated is our memory shield. Okay, you guys know that I am not a fan of reincarnating. I am not a fan of, we go up the tunnel of light and then we're getting mind wiped on the way up. And we've got this council of elders, and they're feeding us bits and pieces back from past lives. And what do they always say? Oh, there's that one time that you weren't very nice to your mother, and we just think you have a couple little wrinkles you need to iron out, and you just need to just a couple more times. Fuck that shit. Okay, no more times around in the incarnation wheel. Like, we are fractals of source. We're perfectly made. Yes, there's supposed to be joy and sorrow in the world. This suffering is ridiculous at the cost of the animals, cannibalizing the planet, and cannibalizing the children, and it's got to stop. Sorry, let me get off my soapbox.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Absolutely.
I mean, I will say this. I know I came here. I chose to come here. I'm okay with that. I also know when I'm ready to leave, I'm going to exit. But I don't believe in the attachment of the guilt. I'm going to do my life review before I ascend. And only I can have those attachments, and only I can make myself feel guilty. And quite frankly, I prefer to be in a state of love.
Yeah, I agree. What's
All
Cole
right.
said no.
Let me explain what's going on. Sorry. Indoor voice. Okay. So what we have is we have cave paintings. Now, what they tell us is that these are what? Extraterrestrials, right? Graves. That's not at all actually what's being depicted here. They are showing us what they see before the end of the world comes. These are actually two black holes. Now, if you think about like the repetitiveness, like with people that go, like I totally believe there are people having abduction experiences. I think there are totally people having contactee experiences. And what do they always describe? The eyes, right? Oh, it's like eyes of an owl, eyes of a deer. It's a screen memory, right? They do this. Let's go to the next picture, Rob.
All right.
You're doing great. You're a great button pusher, by the way. Okay. Now, this is an actual picture of Owl. This is an actual picture of Owl's eyes, okay? So they have those big, like black, holes. Next picture.
They look like portals,
This is a satellite image of two black holes, you guys. I think they were showing us the future, our future. Now, I'm sure some of you have heard of Fermi science, and we know that the Attican with the V in front, that they have their telescopes and stuff. They have one at Mount Graham, and they have one, I forget what the name, it's like the Lucifer telescope, right? Well, they are talking about putting weapons into these black holes, like basically the equivalent of like atomic bombs or nuclear, sorry about the language, or nuclear weapons. Uclear ne Eppens way, for those who speak Igpe Attenley. What are they putting? What is on the other side of this hole that they are putting this kind of a defense up? Right? Supposedly there's no other life out there. Supposedly it's all microbial. Why are they always looking for another Earth-like planet? And who is it on the receiving end on the other side of this hole? Riddle me that.
That's a good point. That's
I
very
will
true.
Dragon, love you. Sorry, my friend had to go. He's got to get up early. He's got 2 kids in college. Okay, moving along.
Next,
Say it again, please.
Next slide. There we go.
You're doing great.
I moved to the next slide. I didn't know if you wanted me to. Or...
No, you're great. You're
okay.
great. You're doing wonderful. Thank you kindly. You're doing great. I appreciate you so much. Okay, this was found, I believe, in the Maya pyramid or maybe the Aztec. You'll have to forgive me. I don't have my notes, guys, so just be a little forgiving. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so my memory is not always the best. This is a Rosetta Stone, okay? This is left so that at the last minute, if we find it and we open it up, it will show us there are pyramids all over the planet, you guys, and they are for one purpose and one purpose only: stargates. They are there for us, so there's enough for everyone to leave, right? If you're like, who gets to go? Everyone gets to go who chooses to go. Okay, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you want to go, you can go. And the star map is part of it, and we'll get to that. But anyway, so I want to kind of decode what's going on here, okay? So at the bottom in the center, we see that there's the Egyptian throne. This represents authority. It also has a very non-human-like face. This is intentional. This is telling you where this knowledge comes from. This is not human knowledge. This is extraterrestrial knowledge left for us. And then if you look up the left and the right side, there's 2 circles there, okay? This represents the Stargate entrance. The one on the right with the 3 pyramids, that represents the pyramids in Giza. On the left, there is the one that is windy. Let's go to the next picture so we can show everybody what that represents. Please. Let's go down one more. We'll come back to the Eye of Ra. I'm looking for Serpent Mound. Keep going. We're going to have to backtrack. I apologize. No, you're doing great. You're doing great. I'm going to come back to this. I just want to show everybody Serpent Mound.
not loading for some reason. I don't know why it's not loading. It's like, oh, there
You're
we
doing
go.
great. It's all right. We're patient. We're doing good. We're doing good on time too. Hi, Wayne.
Oh, Michelle. Wayne from in the group, or excuse me, in the chat. He had a question for you, real quick. I
Yeah,
guess I was
Wayne.
looking
It's good to see
he
you
wanted
here.
to know. Oh, yeah, Wayne's in here. He said he wanted to know when your birthday, Pisces.
March 4th. March 4th. It's 3/4/85. I have a 20-minute birthday though. I was born at 11:40 p.m. in San Diego. If someone wants to do a star chart. I seem to be collecting Pisces and Capricorns these days. I know that Rob is a Capricorn. I'm not sure when your birthday is, Coley.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull.
Oh, you're May? I love Tauruses too. I
yeah,
very well
May 7th.
May 7th? Oh, I know my friend BG Cast. He's in the group. I'm not sure if he's still here. He's a Taurus too. I love you guys. You guys are very good at pushing.
Definitely a breed. Definitely.
I'll tell you, I have a couple friends that are Tauruses, and I've known them for like 21 years, and I've never had a negative word between us. Like I'm not going to talk about which zodiac I'm not such a fan of, but I've got a few of them in my family. I have love for everybody though. So anyways, Wayne, if you drop us your birthday, we'll make sure you get a card this year. Okay. So let me tell you something crazy, you guys. So I just moved here from Oklahoma from Alabama. My freaking U-Haul truck had this on the side of it. Serpent Mound was 26 feet. And it took me a whole day to even notice it. It was in the front yard, and I look up because, I'm moving stuff on the dolly. And I'm like, holy shit, it's Ohio. It's round on the ends and high in the middle. It's Ohio. And I have been obsessed with this since I first saw Knowledge of the Forever Time. Why? Because this is an entrance to the sun. It's an entrance to the Stargate. If you look at the serpent, he's got the pyramid or the triangle, and then he's got the egg at the end that he's eating. Okay, so now we're going to backtrack a little bit, Rob. Thank you for showing that. I want to go back up to that painting, the Eucharist of the Christ. This is a painting from the 1500s, you guys. Okay, right? Mr. Stambini, I think that was his name. What did this guy know? Right here, perfect. Stop right there. I know there's another half to it, but let's just stop right here. Okay, so I want to point out some things. Okay, normally when you have a picture of Jesus and God the Father, you have a halo behind their head. You do not have a halo behind their head in this picture. What do you have? Well, behind Jesus, you have a cross, and behind God the Father, you have a pyramid. Well, what happens when you put a cross on a circle on the sun? You have a compass. You have cardinal directions. And we covered this in the first video, but if you look at pictures from like Sumeria, the Anunnaki, right? They are wearing a cross that looks like it's curved on the edges, like it would go over a disc, like a sun disc. And you also find they are wearing like a watch that has like all these dials on it. And in fact, the first video I did, we had an Anunnaki that was coming out of the galactic hula hoop, as I called it. He's coming out of a portal. He's got his arms spread. He's got planets going up one arm and down the other, but they're shaped different, like they're being squeezed through like a wormhole or something, right? Like the Rosenberg Bridge, I believe it's called. So what's going on here? Well, you have what looks like Sputnik, the very first satellite that was launched, looks just like this. You have above it, you have Jesus, and in the middle, you have a bird. What are they saying? They're saying that to get from Jesus to the Father, that there is a constellational marker. And that constellational marker, that bird, is Aquila. And I think we're going to have to probably scroll a little bit, Rob. I want to go up, maybe. I'm sorry, you guys, we had to do it this way. Thank you for being so patient. I think if we go up, I want to show the bottom half of this picture. No. Shit. Did we not get the bottom half? Keep going. Yeah, we'll just go down. I know there's a slide that had it. We'll just keep going down. We'll stop here for a second if you want on Rob. We'll stop.
It zoomed in too much. I'm going to zoom
It's
out a little.
okay. You're doing great. I just keep going down. I know there's another slide. Basically, all I wanted to show with the Eye of Ra is that the Eye of Ra represents a satellite. For those of you who are familiar with satellites, what do they have? Well, they have the face of the dish. They have the arm that extends called the LNB that has the eyes. That's got a switch in it. So when you're changing channels, it's clicking back and forth. We used to have standard definition and high def. I know everything's high def these days, but we still have locals. We still have long distance networks, even in odd. These are coming through different satellites. Anything that has an arm extending with like a circle or a Q represents something spinning in space. The Eye of Ra. Okay. And what has he got there? He's got the cobra with the sun in his throat. Think they're telling us something about the sun. All right, let's see if we go down a little more. If Michelle is so good at oh, thank you, Anchor Haven. Hi, Hillbilly Herb. All right, so keep it going, down, baby. Man, I hope we can get the bottom half of this picture. Keep going. Keep it going. There we go. Okay, now this one's the Nazca lines, you guys. Okay, oh, Columbus. Sorry, I had the bird wrong. Okay, let's go back up for just a second. I want to show this runway on the Nazca lines. Now, those of you who are not familiar with the Nazca lines, this is in Peru, and it's been there for thousands of years, and these lines are not fading. Can you go back up for one picture, please, Rob, if you're able to? Sorry, my allergies are driving me crazy, and my nose is itching. Sure. Thank you kindly. Right there. Okay, so what Mr. Barry is claiming is that these are constellational markers in Peru. There's literally one of an alien waving. We've got a runway. Okay, these things are thousands of years old. Okay, they're saying literally when we were living in caves and we were hunter-gatherers, that's when these things were created. I mean, come on. It clearly is a runway. I mean, this is a bird's eye view. You wouldn't really notice it from the ground so much, but you get up in a plane, obviously we know what this is for. For launching our in-laws to the moon.
Yeah, that's that's hilarious.
I don't know if any of you have those in-laws. I've had them. Okay, next. Let's see if we go down, if we can find. All right, that's the bird in between the Father and Jesus, okay? So what they're saying is that this is the halfway point from leaving us here in the sun. We go through the sun. We come out the other side, and there's these maps that we can use, the Nazca lines being one of them. Now, there's something unique on each of these animals that is on the plains in Peru, or sorry, the desert floor of Peru. They all have something very odd about them, and they'll have like a monkey with like a spiry tail. They'll have a big spider, but it's got more limbs than it's supposed to. If you count these digits, right, the odd number, the ones that look funny, they match perfectly with the amount of stars that are in the constellations that match these animals. And they go all the way from the sun in the Milky Way all the way to Triangulum, where the throne of God is supposed to be. Next.
Okay.
I'm hoping we're going to, okay, yes, this is a picture of Colombia. So if you count the stars and you look at the Nazca lines in Peru, you're going to see that there's quite a few birds there. Those birds, if you count like the digits like on their toes, or like one of them even has like a hand. It has like a man's hand, like instead of having bird toes, right? So if you count them and you have like a constellation chart and you match it up, it's a perfect overlay. And this is the same that was found in the cave paintings, especially with like Taurus the bull. Taurus the bull has like these like stars or spots on his face, and they line up with Taurus in the constellation. Next.
Okay, or is that where the seven sisters are? Is that what you're talking about? Like
that's
in that area of
Pleiades,
Taurus, or is this in a different
the
part?
Pleiades, yeah. I believe that's the seven sisters. Yeah. So they actually.
Where is that located?
Thank you, Rob. You're wonderful. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this well. This is the bottom half of this painting called the Eucharist of the Christ, and I believe it's painted like in 1592 by Mr. Sambini, okay? So Mr. Sambini would have been one of these people that survived this cataclysm. Now, anyone who is there that survives, it's like they're able to leave. There's always that one guy that drops a hammer. There's always that one guy that has. Have you guys heard about this fossil that's got like a shoe print in it that's like over 200 million years old or something like that?
Million years old.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of millions of years old, and it's literally like it's not a Nike. I'm being facetious, but it's like a fucking shoe print. Okay, what? Like, I have some questions. I'm just saying. Okay. There's always like that one person that seems to leave a clue, and I'm telling you that it's punishable by death because everyone who survives, they end up being taken. They end up being taken. So their artwork survives. So what's the bottom half? So we've got the satellite, we've got God the Father, we've got Jesus, we've got the bird Columbia, right? What do we have below that? Well, we've got this picture of a mountain with a circle with light illuminating. I can tell you the big secret is that they are telling you there's a Stargate. And if you look right above it, this is in China. This pyramid with this bridge that matches is in China. It exists. I don't know how well they can see the bottom image. I hope they can see it well.
That's interesting.
Man, it's like my favorite. That was like my favorite episode was episode 8 because that's where you found out about the Stargate. Like, and I just like I have so much hope because here's the thing, you guys. Our version of our Earth, it started about 6,000 years ago, and there's some unique things. First of all, they don't know where Caucasian people came from. There's some kind of anomaly going on where all of a sudden there's white people on the planet. And they're not sure why. The other thing too is that Damon T. Berry says we've been reset like 150,000 times. He said this is probably going to be one of the last times that they're going to be able to reset us. So who is it? Who is it that's coming to reset us? I believe, and he uses the Voynich manuscript, which I know they say like to date, there's only been like 12 words that have been decoded, but it's actually because there's 3 languages there. One is flowers, one is stars, and one is constellations. So if you don't understand one, you can look at the other. And he matches these up with like reliefs that are in modern day Iraq and like, you know, from like Sumerian times. And it appears that they are coming from Orion and from Alpha Centauri. I'm pretty sure Alpha Centauri is where they have the centaurs. So they come and they harvest this planet. And like a catechism. The other thing too, and we didn't even get to talk about this. And I know I'm hoping Jason's in the audience. I think Jason got to interview a guy that was like an air traffic control, like he did air traffic control, YMCA, for some guy that worked at Chicago O'Hare Airport. And you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember what year this was. It's over 10 years ago now. But there was in the middle of the morning, like at 10 a.m., there was a mothership or like a UFO hovering over gate C-17. And everyone saw this. They got this on radar. It was like middle of the daytime. It was there long enough to catch everyone's attention. And then it shot straight up through the cloud cover and they tracked it and it stopped. It stopped at a constellation. And I never say this right. I believe it's Ceres, Ceres, which is like a whale. But in ancient times, one of the names for it was the Kraken. And it is registered with the new star catalog as C-17. So that actually got me in. I mean, I did a whole I absolutely, yes I do Atlanta, yes I do think they absolutely yes I do think there is definitely, actually from what I understand, Mr. Neil, is that Area 51 starts up in Utah, goes through Montana, goes all the way down through Arizona. I just listened to a video of Renetta's on Rumble the other day called Operation Redstone. And I would highly encourage everybody to go and listen to that. And she has a guy on there that worked for the Pentagon, and he gets into Area 51. I can tell you this too, because I have learned to read seals from Jesse Zaboter. over at Kingdom Living with Jesse, and she's also on a Aquarius Rising Africa too, which is Chantel Mayberg's channel. The seals, like if you look it up, like if you're out of the country, you're gonna have a province. If you're in the United States, you're gonna have a city. But you can look up like the state seal of Pittsburgh, right? And for the state of Pennsylvania. And I have a whole video I've done with Rob in the past about how to read these seals. They show you the access to these spiritual gateways, and they show you access into the dumbs and their laboratories. So yes, I would concur. I do think that there is access in area 51. Like I said, it's not just in where's that, Nevada, Rob? I was getting wrong. Yeah, I think it's in Nevada, but it's beyond that. It's tunneled all the way up.
Yeah, but I think it's all a lot of it's connected. You know, like all the major places. You know, like Denver International Airport. You know, they say there's big maglev trains that run underneath the ground, and they connect. You know, like you can go from like one place in the country. So I think you're onto something there, Michelle. For real. I think they're. You know, I think they're. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I was just, Illinois. Yeah, Illinois is interesting too. Man, you've got like the best community. Hi, Whispering Portals. I love that name. I don't know if Willow Roots is in the chat tonight too. I see Candace. I see Boop Boop Beep Boop. I see Arizona. Okay, so I don't know. Do we have any more images after this? I know I didn't cover everything from the documentary, you guys. I mean, we would have been here for the rest of our lives, and I wanted to leave some mystery. There we go. There's a bigger picture of the Eucharist of the Christ. This matches the bridge and the mountain that's in China. So a pyramid, like I said, is only, now I know that they are multifunctional. Connor did a great video this afternoon on Connor Allen's channel. I think it's like Truth Exposed or the Truth Exposer. I know he just changed it, so forgive me, Connor, if I got the name wrong. But he goes through and he covers about the Great Pyramid. But I will tell you that pyramids were created. The first purpose is they are a stargate. Sorry, Coley, I don't know if you're saying something, girl.
No, I said, wow, that's interesting. We did have a question about, I asked you about that already, about the Stargate.
It's okay. Sure. There was a second one, though, that I saw flash up that was a little longer. It was after. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Wolf Dragon. Okay. I don't know. I answered the one about the Stargate, but there was another one, and I don't know whose question it was. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I will find that quick. You're right. I did see that. Now I can't kind of.
You're good, girl. See. Oh, but I didn't realize the chat.
I'll find it and I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I love Lost History, too. I think Kurt's got some very interesting information. Has Kurt ever come on your channel?
No, he's never come on. Not yet.
Oh,
I've talked to Kurt about it. Yeah. Kurt W75. Oh,
yeah, I think he's fascinating.
You guys are really, you guys had some great information last time. I said the Mind Wizards meet, yes. Mind Wizard and Mind Ninja.
Thank you. You're so kind, Coley. Okay, did we miss any images that I need to go over? I don't know. I think that was like one of the last ones. I think there was like 25. Okay, there's just a close-up. I think this one is in Alaska. The one with the blue. Okay, this is China with the bridge. And then the other one, I believe, is the one in Alaska. So these are on all the continents, you guys. And, you know, Rock Estaldo, who was on, I believe, was that last night, Rob, that you had Rob and Ra?
Yeah, Rob. Yeah.
I totally agree with him about the pole shift in the ice age that's coming. I'm actually going to be doing a show with Don Rogers on the 20th, and I get the privilege of interviewing Nathan Sizik. And I think we're going to be talking a little bit about this pole shift. My personal ideas, these are just my opinions, okay, you guys? I'm willing to look at evidence. I'm always willing to change my mind. But it seems to me like Antarctica went through something where it flash froze rapidly. Okay, we know they have found mammoths with undigested food in the stomach. We know that they have found literally plants frozen alive under the ice. And I think that there's been multiple pole shifts. And I think that we're coming around full circle. I always wonder, what is it that they're trying to thaw the hell out in Antarctica? We know that Buzz Aldrin, unfortunately, went down there. And I believe he's the one that had the heart attack. And he made the comment about like we made a mistake and we thawed something out we shouldn't have. Well, I think it's a big Kraken. I think that's the whole purpose of Gate C-17. I think that was the whole point of it shooting up into the sky. And I'll give you guys like just a hint on this. If you go and you type in the word Kraken on your search bar and look at images, you're going to find mission and space launch patches. You're going to find military, both in the United States and all over the globe, that their animal, oh God, what do they call that? Their mascot is a freaking Kraken. It's a big octopus. If you type in Kraken, you're gonna find companies. I mean, it's never ending. What is the obsession with the octopus? Well, that's a whole nother one. But I think that Damon T. Berry says not only does something come from up there, but something comes from below the waters. And if you look into Antarctica, which is incredibly interesting, they talk about these weird noises that they hear deep, deep down in the sea, right? And they don't know what's down there. Well, Renetta believed that myths were true. I tend to agree. And if you start looking into this myth about like the large octopus, or they call it the Cthulhu creature, right? This thing, it's got its tentacles and everything. There's also, God, I forget his name. I think it was Maury Terry, who did like Sons of Sam. The guy was a fascinating investigator. And one of the things that he was looking into, and they talked about it either on the Danny Jones podcast or on Julian Dory. They talked about this mechanism that's like an octopus, right? Like with the club, you guys, the club, the one we're not in. They talked about like this mechanism that's like an octopus where it's got its fucking tentacles and everything, right? And it's like a whole operating thing. Hey, Willow Roots, so good to see you on the screen there, girl. Okay, what do we got next, Rob?
Yeah. This one?
Yeah, that's in China. I really hope you guys
One thing I wanted to say, Michelle.
I think it's fascinating. He also, I'll tell you something else that we discussed, like in one of the first episodes I did with Rob and Coley, was these UFOs that are coming, right? The most common image they get of UFOs is the position, like they're coming from Orion, right? The two with the one off centered. And it's like they're signaling to us what direction they have arrived into, popping into our density. I hope I said that right.
Yeah.
All righty. Do we have any more? I want to make sure I give enough time to answer questions.
No, that's it.
That was it. Okay. Very good. So now I want to open the floor up for anybody. Please flood us with the questions. I know we went through this kind of fast tonight. I really hope you all will go and consider watching it. Damon T. Berry also did 4 podcasts with Jimmy Church on Fade to Black. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention was Göbekli Tepe. He believes that Stonehenge and Göbekli Tepe are arcs. Do you think yes, I answered that question. Yeah, I do concur with Mr. Neal. I'm watching something about the pyramids of Egypt being here before the Ice Age. What do you think about that? Yeah, I think it was, oh my God, what's his name, Rob? The guy that proved that they had been there before the floods because of the salt. The line from the salt, they've been underwater, and there was seashells around the Great Pyramid. Yeah, I think they're way older than they said. The guy that dated the Sphinx, what was his name? I can't believe I forgot it. I feel terrible.
I will look it up.
I hope to be on future shows. Yeah, Connor, I was going to talk to Rob about that. I did not forget. All right, encryption, maybe they get people to say certain things without them knowing.
Sorry about that.
Because I fully believe words have power and they're getting a match. Yes, I would concur with that, Kurt. We know that vibration, tones, light, frequency, right? I believe that the tones that go with the chakras, and then they have like here, we'll just make it really easy. What do? Well, we spell our words out, right? And what do we write in cursive? And what do we have? We have our signature, the nature of sigils. I'm just saying. And I was going to say something else.
And then I know that some people didn't hear you in the beginning.
California girl. Yes. So he showed up on the camera at my old neighbor's house last night. We're almost 1,000% sure it's Chance. I did get a call from the sheriff's office this last week. There was a witness that saw the cat, and they had seen the poster. And so I know that the sheriff's went out there. They said they were acting weird. They were acting suspicious. And now the cat shows back up at my neighbor's house on the camera at 1:30 this morning. Now, it's possible Chance had kittens. He is a busy cat. Meow, meow. He wasn't neutered, so but we never saw any orange cats ever, and this cat looks almost identical. Wasn't there someone in the chat last night named Pilgrim Society? Oh, I think they're asking Pilgrim Society. They're probably in the chat, and they're asking them a question. April 21st. How cool!
Yeah.
I thought you met somebody that was local. I thought that's who they were talking about, like where you just moved to. So I thought it was for you. So.
Oh, my neighbor? Yeah, my cat's in a portal.
Didn't you know somebody in the chat the other night?
Oh, no, there are a couple people here, though. I believe Angela McCollum. I know her and Christy Campbell are pretty close to me. Christy Campbell's about 3 hours away now. Christy Campbell's on a vacation right now. I don't know if you guys are friends with her on Facebook, but she's like doing light language with whales, and her handwriting is just beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's beautiful. And Angela McCollum, I'm hoping I'm going to get to connect with her. Oh, thank you. Don't we wish we could all be California girls? Mm-hmm. I grew up in San Diego. I don't know where you are, California girl.
I thought this statement was, yeah.
I do. You know what? I'm a subscriber of the simulation theory. Absolutely. I do. I think we're like a copycat. I mean, we know that the brain works almost like a projector, and we're actually seeing things upside down. And I'll tell you why I totally think we're upside down. I mean, our soul is literally in our foot. No one else thinks that's a little weird? I don't care if it's spelled differently. It sounds the same. You know? And then even the shoe man residents, right? Like the shoes. I'll tell you that Nike, the swoosh, like the Nike swoosh, is literally the name for a demigod. Yes, there are. Yes, there's a lot of them in Texas. Hey. Oh, I think I left them outside. I don't have them. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's my other half. Yes, there are definitely portals in Texas. And actually, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you guys. So my podcast partner, Wolf Dragon, was in the chat. I think he had to excuse himself. He has to be up really early. He's got one kid over in Japan in college, and then he's got another kid in college here. And then his wife is working, full time. So I know he really takes good care of his family. And he's my new podcast partner. And we are going to be teaching how to do these decodes. Like I said, I'm not here to be a gatekeeper. I'm here for the planet. I'm here for the children, and I'm here for the animals. Oh, did we lose Coley?
I don't know what. Yeah, maybe for a second. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I brought my paws. Meow, meow. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm a big kid.
Connor's talking about Abilene, Texas. Connor says Abilene, Texas is another portal. Renetta, Renetta had some amazing information on those mountains in Texas. She was like,
yeah. Did you ever see the one she did where she's literally showing it's a cartoon about Atlantis, right? And there's a cave in it, and she
showed that on the podcast. Yeah. That's amazing, right?
I haven't been able to find that episode. So if you know which episode that is, Rob, I would love to have it because I wanted to send it to somebody.
I can't remember what she told. And how did she find that? You know what I mean? I was like, where did that come from? You know what I mean? It was literally a cartoon.
You know what? I don't believe there's coincidences because I have had things like that happen to me, and I think it's a divine intervention. I think that you could say it's your higher self. I totally have experienced things that are not of my own hand or my own doing that were way beyond me. But if you are listening to that quiet little voice, I used to call it the Holy Spirit. Now I think maybe it's a higher self. It's such a subtle voice, right? You could almost not even pay attention to it. But when you do pay attention to it, you realize, holy shit, right? Thank God I listened to it. Thank God I went outside and checked. I didn't know the deck was on fire. I almost didn't check, right? Yeah, thank you. Hi, Chief Mustache. I see him all the time over at Dawn's channel. Oh, sorry, nothing to see here. I'm a little excited tonight. Yeah, So I'm gonna be. I hate to even do this, you guys. I'm sorry, but I have to be really careful. I'm gonna take a word from Anchor Haven's show with David Purcell, an empowered individual. Hey, Spidey. Hey, girl. Sorry, I love Spider Bite. I'm so happy to see you. And she gave me the best nickname. She calls me Mishy, and I freaking love it. Thank you. Yeah, we're trying so hard. I'll tell you what. It's been a community effort. It's been like 200 people were watching live one night, and we put the poster up, and I know that everybody was putting their intentions on the cat. So unfortunately, I had to leave. It took everything in me. It about killed me to leave. But I had to, you know what I mean? Like I was renting a house for my dad. My dad had a full possession going on. It was not good. The last time I saw him, his eyes were all black, and he was literally trying to push my bedroom door in on me when I was naked. In my house, he came over unannounced. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but I couldn't be there anymore. So we had to leave. And it took, I mean, you guys know we delayed our trip leaving 5 or 6 days. I mean, it was hard. I thought I was not even going to be able to physically drive away, but I had to have faith, and I never gave up on him. And now, like I said, we got him on camera, so I'm just going to have to let go and let God, as they say. Yeah, I go barefoot as much as possible. I feel bad. I have to go get a pedicure this month, and I feel bad for the person that's going to touch my feet. I can literally walk on glass, you guys. It's pretty bad. Aaron and I call them Velcro feet. It's like, if you've ever heard Velcro feet. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I'm telling you, I could probably walk up a wall.
I just had like this crazy visual when you said Velcro feet. I was like, no way.
It's just hilarious. Us here. It's just our secret. No one's.
I love it, Michelle. You are funny. You really are. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
I know that was funny. Anyway, oh man. So
yeah, I'm trying to go through. You had a lot of great comments, and I just kind of want to. I'll kind of pull them up. I just want to kind of make
you're great.
sure.
Yeah, no,
and
that's why
if people haven't,
because I wanted to give time for everybody to talk.
Oh yeah.
If you guys are listening on Twitter tonight, if you're listening on Twitter, come over to YouTube. You come to my YouTube. It's Typical Skeptic Podcast 2.0. Come to Coley's YouTube, SNX Radio. Come to my Rumble. I mean, like you guys can come join us in the YouTube chats. Like or Rumble.
And I got my Facebook and my YouTube streaming also.
It's awesome.
I think we got them all covered.
Cool.
Yeah, so anyways, what I'm going to do, thank you so much. I hope you're safe, Polly. I think she's in Israel. She's over there where it's really, really scary. Yeah, I saw a video she showed. I'm so sorry. You'll have to forgive me. I've got mind wiped so bad last week. I could barely speak. And I'm still trying to really, get a lot of my memories back. I mean, obviously, I remember who I am and who you guys are. But I noticed, I'll be talking and all of a sudden the thought goes away. And I know it's targeting. I saw a video where she was in a stairwell or something with an alarm going off. I mean, my heart really goes out to this woman and how she manages to still be here and be a moderator. God bless her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She goes through, and I said, and she keeps
in the middle of forest.
on.
When I lived in Guam, I kept finding staircases outside that went to nowhere. They were all over the island.
There was a big
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of TikTok videos.
I know that the forest it's heavily connected with the druids, right? Druidic magic. But you have to be very careful. The Luciferian Brotherhood, also known as the Druidic Council or the Great White Brotherhood, okay? They are using a lot of that. So just be careful. Just be careful. I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. I'm not trying to do that at all. I think there's a lot of great spirits out there. I think the Fae, I think they do tend to help. I just think you should just be, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the missing 411, and I just don't want to see anything happen to anybody, okay? So make sure if you're going out, you're not the first or the last one in line. From what I understand, you can rent a satellite transponder or beacon or something like that for the day from an outdoor store. It's worth the extra money because we know with the missing 411 that there's something that happens where you get separated for just a second, and then they usually never find you again, and they can't get a scent on you, and then usually some kind of a natural storm comes. So, you guys are wonderful. I'm just so
I wonder
grateful
if that's
for
like people stepping into another dimension, or if that's like aliens taking people, or the government taking people, like it's
Well, that's
something.
interesting you say that. There was a story about a woman at like, man, I want to say it was like Yosemite or like Yellowstone. And she was waiting for like the rangers to get out of a meeting, and she heard a voice, a man's voice calling for help, but she couldn't find him. So she like booked it back to the ranger seat, where they were having their meeting, and she busts into their office and she's like, "There's a man in the woods calling for help. You have to come." And they all look stunned and they're like, "Where?" And she told us, they're like, "Yeah, that's where we heard it yesterday." A year later, they found this man deceased against a tree. You also hear about this happening. Now, I know some people say Appalachian. I've heard that it's Appalachian or Appalachian Trail. There was a woman, they called her the inchworm, right? She was like 70 years old. I think her name was like Geraldine or something like that. And her husband dropped her off, and she was going to hike the Appalachian Trail. And they found her deceased on like a Navy base in the woods. They didn't even know how she got there. They found her in like a pit or something like that. They have no clue how she got off the trail. This woman was, like they said, they called her the inchworm. Do you remember that story, Rob?
No, I never heard it, but a lot of times, like a lot of things we think there might be alien activity are definitely government. You know what I mean? It's the military pulling shenanigans. You know what I mean? It's that's why we have a lot of these people who are getting MyLab abducted. And when we say MyLab, guys, we mean military abduction. And a lot of times, but the military abductions follow after real alien contact. So if you're having real alien contact, you'll usually be contacted by the military, or I think everybody.
I'll tell you what, like I was shocked, you guys. This was doused. My friend iMark1. I'm not sure if he's in the chat tonight, but if he's not and he sees this, hi Mark, I love you. I trust Mark. He's got the utmost integrity. He does not lie. He says it like it is. He tells me, my answers to my questions, regardless of his opinions. He just gives me the information. I found out, like, I'm not only my like SSP, but I'm like, I know I have dolphin DNA because we found that out on your show, Rob. And it's like Project Seagate.
Yeah.
I was shocked. But I think they're doing it in the dream state. For sure. Yeah. I think when you go to sleep at night. Yeah, Nathan Sizik, who was on your 2001 show, he talked about fighting through the dream state. And on the other side of it, he was being interrogated.
Astral abductions.
Thank you very much. That's the word. Yes, astral abductions. So that's why I can't believe I'm going to get to interview him on Don's show on the 20th. And I'm hoping that he's going to be willing to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah, that'll be a great show. I'll be tuning in for that for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
I got to meet him in person. He was at the conference this year.
Yeah, I saw that. That was so cool. I hope I get to go next year.
Yeah, I hope you get to go. I think everybody should experience it. It's like a soul family, for sure.
I feel that way about yes. I do feel that way about this group. I feel like this is a special family. I know there's a lot of us, but it does feel like a soul family. I mean, I was really bullied as a kid. This is not a violin story. I'm definitely a survivor. I don't have the victim mentality, but I was really isolated. And when I found this community, like I felt like I found better than the best friends that I could have ever dreamed up. Like I always say I will take a cave full of friends. Those are my treasures over a cave full of money and gold. I think that if you have friends, then you've got all the riches in the world. You can't buy good friends. And I feel like I have the best.
You remember you asked me before the show if I was going to have a conference. I'd like to have a conference because I'd like to get all these people together.
I would love that. We got to have a dance party.
Hell yeah. We'll have DJ Jill there and like a couple of good DJs. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's right. You do know a DJ. Yeah. I want to. I definitely, because I'm writing a book right now and I'm doing a lot of artwork. So, I'm hoping that we're gonna do. I'm gonna say when this happens, right, Rob? I'm hoping that I'll be able to be a presenter there and I can do some decoding, and that I can also do my book and my do readings for people and stuff. So I'm pretty excited.
Sure.
I know it's going to happen. We just got to find a place other than Louisiana to do this.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see if there's any other comments. I don't know where Coley fell off. I don't know.
I would love to. Huge hugs, Polly. Oh, huge hugs. We're holding you, girl. Be safe, okay? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, really, I like Polly a lot. She's a nice girl. She's like, and she's right in the line of fire in Israel. So, we're glad
God
that she can
bless
make
her.
it.
I'm
Honestly.
so glad she found this community because, I mean, we all check on each other, right? We all, I don't know, I feel like it's the buddy system. I know if I don't hear from Rob for a few days, I'm like, hey, hello.
Yeah, like I think she found out about me from Coley. Like, so like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever happened to Coley?
I don't know where she went.
I don't know either.
Hey, no, I'm back here,
Oh,
guys. I'm just fixing something in the background. So yeah, no, I'm back here. I'm getting myself off. Somehow I was flipped sideways.
Whoa, 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 wee, whoa. Did everybody hear what I heard? Just me? She's back there getting herself off some. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so in my head in the gutter.
That Renetta video, the Galactic Slave Trade video. I think everybody should go watch that. That Renetta Jones Galactic Slave Trade video. In that, Renetta gets into the sensors that are in people's brains that are being tracked back to the FCC. That can, that are being. She said that we're reporting to the Marianas Trench and deep space. The implants.
Yeah. I lived in. This is so crazy, you guys. So I actually was on the phone as a birthday gift with Renetta this year, and I'll tell you, in a 2-year period of time, I went from San Diego to Guam, which is where the Marianas Islands are, where the Marianas Trench is. I went from there to upstate New York. Then I went back to San Diego briefly, and then I ended up in Oklahoma City and Alamogordo, New Mexico, which the Trinity testing site. That's where that's at, White Sands, in a 2-year period of time. And Renetta, when I told her this, we've been almost to the same places. She goes, you're definitely in the programs. Like, and I joined the Navy. That's a whole nother story. But I mean, if you join the military or you are drawn like to those places, it's a subconscious thing. You're part of the programs.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely.
I honestly think if you're human, that you're being genetically harvested somehow. And I have my own theories as to why they're doing this, but
yeah. Well, what do you think? What do you think's going on? I mean, do you think it's like
they're trying to establish themselves as the oldest DNA on the planet? I think whether they're doing it through genetic harvesting, whether through marriage, whether through lineages like offspring. Why? Well, because we know that humans have been given dominion over the earth. So I think they're trying to establish themselves as the oldest genetic DNA lineage so that they can take dominion over the earth. Jesse the Boater talks about how every month there's these like black market auctions where they are literally harvesting our energy off of our fingerprints and our footprints. Wow. I think it was on Chilean Man. I never say, is it Chilean Man or Chilean? I never get Andre's name.
He's awesome. I love Chilean Man. I love Chilean Man.
Like
Andreas Delgado. Yeah.
I think he's very interesting. I like his etymology stuff, and forgot where I was going with this. Shit. And this is what I'm talking about. I can't remember. I forgot why I brought him up. Well, hi, Andreas. Sorry, I don't remember what I was gonna say. If it comes back to me, I'll tell you. This is what I've been having this happen to me for like a week, Rob, where I'll go to say something and I just boom, blank out.
I know.
I do that every day.
You know what that is? She mentioned the reproduction rate. They say like, okay, so I'm 40 years old, okay? They said that the amount of estrogen that I have in my body is a third of what my grandmother's estrogen levels were at my same age. So they do not want us procreating. That's why they are breaking down family units and family structures. That's why they are encouraging everybody to be mixed up about their sexuality, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to use a toilet or a litter box now. I don't know what I'm identifying as.
So true.
I mean, this is the utmost love, okay, guys? I mean, my family has not been exempt either, okay? There is a agenda on the children.
Yeah.
They're the future.
Definitely.
They're the children. Yeah, the children are our future. And I'm sorry. Like, if you're drinking the Google Chrome, as Arkeem Ross says, like, you're my enemy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, not when it comes to kids. Not when it comes to kids. I agree. You can do whatever you want, but just leave the kids alone. Like, you can't be doing that.
I feel the
That
same
is,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
Yeah. No, I said I start to really get going. When it comes to kids, I don't play around. Like, and that's just, it's so unhealthy. It really is.
Fucking disgusting. Well, I'll tell you what they're doing with these children, okay? Children cannot control their emotions, and they're not as programmed as adults are. They are using these children to open up interdimensional portals. It says that man can go boldly before the throne of God. It also talks about the joy in the heart, right? Children can't control their emotions, so what do? Well, ecstasy. Ecstasy is pretty close to joy. They are using them to open interdimensional portals because ultimately they're trying to storm the throne room of God. They think they're going to get in there and that they're going to be able to take Source down. And while I'm not a religious person, I'm a spiritual person, and I do believe there's a lot of wisdom in the books, in the words. And I don't think they're going to get one freaking toe in the throne room of God. It says what's going to happen. It says that we will be judging angels. Yeah, I've heard that too. I think it was more than that. But I mean, I've heard their atmosphere, and they were aging and they needed gold, and that's what the Gigi were for. And yeah, I've heard all that too. I mean, we know they're still mining down in Africa. Look what they're doing with gold in Africa.
A lot of people think, like Olawoni thinks that they meant by like gold is like Orum, which is your aura, which is your soul. So they were harvesting souls. Some people think they weren't they weren't mining physical gold. It was more like an etheric soul level harvesting. You know, like.
Well, I'll tell you what. Renetta talked about this a lot. The mana that's in the Bible, right? Monatomic gold. We know that the pharaohs were consuming gold to extend their life. They called it living gold, right? Like the primordial, consciousness or living gold. Renetta said a side effect or a byproduct of this living gold is the actual gold that's being mined up out of the earth. It's not too far for me to make the leap. Yeah, it is just crazy, isn't it, Willow Roots? I do love steak. Where do those? Okay, well, let me tell you that there are trafficking networks, and that's part of why I'm decoding these seals. So they end up underground, and there are tunnels that go all over the oceans, all over the world. Okay, and they have access into these through their 5 departments. Who are their 5 departments? The Satanic Temple, the Kabbalah, the Jesuit Catholics, the Freemasons, and the Latter-day Saint Mormons. And am I saying everybody? No, I'm saying the top 1% is a Grand High Priestess and a Grand High Priest. And they are given a small bit of knowledge just for their part of the puzzle. It's on a need-to-know basis. It's all compartmentalized. And they have these children that are part of these bloodline families. They're called hierarchy children if they have negative Rh negative blood types. And if they are positive, they are called assets. What are they doing with these children? They are trafficking them to come up with money, which they launder through their departments. When these children can no longer be trafficked, they are cannibalized or they are ritualistically sacrificed. They are then cremated into an interdimensional diamond that is used in sex magic and opening interdimensional portals. And then the remainder of the cremains are cursed and they're sold to pharmacia and our food industries, and they're used as fillers. Why? Well, what happens in a zombie movie, guys, when you're eating zombies or you're eating humans?
Oh, yeah. I get it, yeah.
Yeah.
You just think of that movie that was, Rob, they were talking about in your chat too, Alive, where they had to eat the people, Stay Alive. I was like, oh God, I just
think and that's enough for me. I mean, I watched that whole thing with my blanket like this,
oh God.
Family Matters. Is that what Jonathan Taylor? No, Tim Taylor, where he's Tim the Toolman Taylor, and Wilson's his neighbor.
I can't think of that name. What was the name of that show?
Tool Time. Wasn't it Tool Time?
Is it Family Matters? Or is that the one Steve Urkel?
No, I thought it was. Maybe I don't know.
Tool
It's not
Show
Tool
Mr.
time,
Allen
though?
was on.
I thought it was Tool time.
Simon's our
Home
girl's
Improvement.
best
Thank
friend.
you,
Yeah.
Karen. Home Improvement.
Oh, Home Improvements. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right.
You guys, that's what we could do.
That was the best.
Tool time. I'm like, maybe there was a show on the show. Yeah.
There was a show on the show.
That was-
Yeah. Anyways, that was
You grew up
me
with the
watching
best.
The Walking Dead. Just like, I was so
Oh,
scared.
man.
I don't like scary movies. I don't. I was so bummed when I found out about Disney because I thought I was like, seriously, this is how freaking asleep I was. Okay. I was like, oh, I've got such a childlike heart. I am so innocent. I'm watching The Little Mermaid with the dick on the cover. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
I love that song.
Yeah, those are all the good ones back then, definitely.
I don't know why. Riddle me that. Batman. Why is it turning green?
I thought it was interesting because I've been watching the chat. I think last time they had talked about it that Jay thought it was copper or something, and they were kind of talking back and forth. So I thought that was very interesting.
Oxidizing or something?
What's that?
Like it's oxidizing, like you know, where like water and rust and things turn green. Is that right? Am I saying this right, you guys? Help me.
You know, if they're in the chat, hopefully that they can jump in here because I'm not exactly sure. I remember reading it, but I can't remember why. I think it was due to being the temperature or heating up or something. But yeah, Derek and Jay were talking about it. I think Kurt might have been in on it too. So now that I think about it, and Kurt's in the chat.
Hold on, I gotta do it. Hey guys, there's Candace. I'm Moorish word. I'm married. Yeah. Hey. The Cthulhu monster? The what? The Kleenex dragon? The Chewy? Oh God, he's being corny. You know, like a Chewy dragon.
That's funny.
It makes me laugh.
That is funny.
Thank you, Arizona Raven. Think that word right there. Maybe that's why it's turning green. There's some water. Someone left the water on. It got rusty. I don't know. They keep me here because I'm pretty, not because I'm smart. That's a Judge Judy quote, by the way. I love Judge Judy. Yeah, you know what? I think we all have the ability to change the future. I would be sorry if we were not having these conversations. I would be sorry if we weren't paying attention. I feel sorry for them because they're going to rue the day. Was that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned? I might be having some memory problems, but a Michelephant never forgets. Green is copper, Venus. That's interesting. Yeah, I've heard a lot, Miss Lois, about Earth being like Venus. I mean, like almost the exact opposite, like the way I can't even get into it all right now, but I have heard that there's a lot of similarities with Earth and Venus. And evidently that's where women come from. Okay, guys.
Definitely from another planet, for sure.
Oh my God, yeah, I know I'm from one.
Yeah. That would explain so much. You know what I mean? I feel like it would explain so much about myself anyway. But yeah, that's so funny.
Yes, I know. They don't even know what. Like they said, it doesn't even make sense. First of all, we have no fur. They're not sure why we're on the surface. The way that gravity works and the way that our back and our hips like deteriorate, right? Like even like our knees and our hips are like backwards, right? We're kind of like ostriches walking around.
So awkward, right?
Oh, yeah. Interesting too. I mean, I think there's so much disclosure in movies. I mean, it just never ends. Yeah, you know what, Pilgrim Society, I've experienced that my whole life. And it's like the last few years, like, I think especially where I was living in Alabama, I was right next to a dragon node and like, oh my God, Archangel Michael. It had something to do with the ley lines. And I forget which one it was I was near. But they say when you're closer to certain ley lines, like certain parallels, you see shit a little bit more. Yeah, babies can swim and breathe in water. Yes, that's right. I love Willow.
There was an interesting chat, going on in chat about that. Like in the babies born in water. I was watching something where they were born and dolphins were delivering them, and I was like, that's going a little too far. But yeah, I totally understand the water part. But
I totally like. You know that they made it like illegal. You're not allowed to be near dolphins giving birth because they're so psychic that like people were picking up on it or something like that. I love Alex Collier's story about the whale song. He says that the song that the whales are teaching their young are like it's like their history. It's like their lineage, their life story. Sorry, no, Coley can't even look me in the eyes right now.
No. I was thinking about it. No, that's interesting. I said, I'm just thinking, could I hand a baby even over to a dolphin to have them delivered to me? I don't know. It's just crazy. Some of the extremes that people go.
They said there's dolphins that have drowned people trying. I mean, dolphins are one of the only animals besides human that have sex for pleasure. And they don't discriminate. They don't care if you're a boy or a girl human or a cat human or whatever you are.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wanted to be a veterinarian for marine animals. Like that was until I spent one summer at SeaWorld smelling like a fish. I am not a fan of killer whales in captivity. In fact, I'll tell you a fun fact. So the part of our brain where we have like our bonds, right? Like our personalities, our culture, our belief system, our relationships, our expression of self, that part of the whale, like they did an MRI on an orca whale, and it is way, way more developed than ours are. I mean, whales stay together for life, you guys. Now, I know males will go off, but they stay together in pods for life, and I don't give a fuck what fucking SeaWorld says. Fuck. Sorry, not sorry. They say that they last longer in captivity than they do in the wild. That is bullshit. Whales live like 80, 90 years in the wild. Yeah, you know what? I learned to swim in the ocean. I learned to swim in the ocean before I ever learned to swim in a pool. I love the water. I can't believe I have not seen the ocean, Coley, since like 2006.
Oh God, I love the ocean. I love the ocean. I used to teach swim lessons, like with baby. We'd get like really young kids in there. It was crazy how they learned to swim, but it was they didn't have that fear when you started them early. It was definitely cool.
Yeah, they know to roll over and stuff. I mean, I've watched videos of people teaching babies to swim, and I think it's amazing. I mean, they talk about like how if you leave the placenta connected. I know there's people that give birth in water and stuff, and I believe as long as the placenta and the umbilical cord are still attached, the baby can actually breathe. I loved I swim way better than I walk too, girl. Man, let me tell you what I did today, Coley. So I've broken my right ankle 6 times. I was having fun in Connor's group talking about cake, and I wasn't paying attention, and I got a big crate, like a milk crate full of dog toys and all my dog stuff in the living room, and I was barefoot, and I nailed that thing. So I'm pretty sure I messed up my ligament I'm in so much pain. That's why I'm rocking.
Oh man, that sucks. After you just moved too, you're probably like exhausted. I'm sure.
Well, I don't lie to anybody about this. I'm a recovering heroin addict, and I'm on Suboxone, and I'm actually, because of Jason, who's in the chat, and Chastity over, was it Unveiling Addiction? I think that's what it's called. I think I'm going to get the Suboxone shot, but I have been trying really hard to cut back on my Suboxone because I want off of this shit. I've been in recovery longer than I was an addict for. And people ask me all the time how I became an addict. Well, I became an addict at my doctor's office when I broke my back. And my doctor told me, oh, it's not addictive. And I was in the middle of a lawsuit, and my doctor was just writing me pills. I went to a chiropractor and physical therapy 5 days a week for 2 years. My doctor lost his license for overprescribing pills. And when it happened, he billed out for I was on a third-party liens because I was in the middle of this lawsuit. And so he billed everything out to get paid when he lost his license. I was not able to get a referral to go to another pain management doctor because it was considered redundant treatment. So at the time, I didn't know anything about addiction. In fact, I was very against pills because my first marriage, my ex-husband literally developed epilepsy from Xanax. And it was absolute hell dealing with him on Xanax and drinking. So I like psychedelics, or I'll smoke pot. But my doctor assured me, like, oh, there's no addiction with this. And obviously that was a lie. And so the first time I ever went through withdrawals, I didn't know what was going on. And I suffered in silence because I just, like, you know what I mean? You know what? Anyone's ever
Yeah.
it fucking sucks.
That's what they did, though. They did it to so many people. They start them off, and and they didn't. I don't know. I kind of think that they did because benzodiazepines themselves, they were never supposed to be prescribed to somebody for more than 10 days. So it's like, I mean, all this stuff, they give it to you, and then it's like, boom, and then it becomes a game. It's just like, I don't know if it's intentional, but so when you were going through withdrawals, what was that like? Like, what kind of symptoms did you have?
It was terrible. I've never I'll tell you what, I've heard the withdrawals from the Suboxone's worse than the heroin.
I've heard that.
Oh my God. So coming off of it is like, well, first of all, let me tell you how good it fucking feels. Okay. I would have sold my fucking soul to the devil to keep shooting up heroin. It is the only drug I think you can do one time and be so addictive, you will sell everything you've got. The flu is like the worst. Like, first of all, you can't even go to sleep, right? Like, when you're sick, usually go to sleep. You cannot sleep. You cannot sleep because you cannot stop sweating. You're sweating so bad, but you're freezing cold and sweating. My skin was raw.
Oh, man.
I could not stop sweating. And then you start rocking. And you're rocking so bad that you literally, like, your muscles are aching. And then on top of it, you feel like your skin is going to crawl. And then the muscle spasms start. And it is like, the worst part of it is, so when you're on these medications, they are creating new pathways to reward in the pleasure centers of the brain. Your brain stops producing dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin not naturally.
Yes, so that's so true.
You have no fucking desire to do anything except for all you can do is think about, oh my God, just please one more time. Just please, I can do it just one more time. Yeah, I would not wish this on my worst enemy. And that's why I don't have any shame about it. That's why I tell everyone everything, because you know what I've noticed? Everybody is going through this in one way or another. I can't throw a rock without hitting somebody that has gone through opioid withdrawals or addictions, and they're suffering in silence. And I'm so sick of everybody having to feel like there's something shameful about them.
That's so true, too.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I've heard that too. This guy that I used to work with, he came across it and he's like, I tried heroin one time and he said it was the best thing that ever. He said, if I ever picked that up again and tried it, he's like, I could never put it down. Yeah, and I was like, that's that right there. And he's, just out of the blue with the normal, like it just was nothing like, that led up to it. It was instant, he said. Yeah. So that's scary.
And let me tell you how amazing my artwork was on it. Okay. I was doing crafting at the time. I was starting a crafting business called The Meerkat's Meandering. And I was like, so first of all, I taught myself like origami during COVID. And I did like 1,000 art projects. And if you guys go look at my Instagram, I'm the Seriously Spirit Sleuther on Instagram. You can see my artwork on there. I was creating these things and it was like the muse was showing up. I don't even know how I was doing it. It has taken me almost 5 years now to get my artistic abilities back. The other thing I want to say is the Suboxone completely like killed my sex drive. Like, they talk about women in their 40s, like that's when our sex drive is supposed to kick in. I feel like I could have gone the rest of my life without sex. Now, thankfully, my body's starting to get back to normal, just in case anybody was wondering. I didn't want to be touched. I didn't feel shit. Yeah, it really sucked. It really sucked. I was like, dude, for being
and that's so true too. Like, and it takes your brain so long. I was looking up because I was taking ADHD medication, and it does. It affects your melatonin, serotonin, or all those chemicals, the oxytocin, like you said, like all that stuff in your brain, and it takes anywhere from like 12 to 18 months to start producing that again. And it did. I was really tired, and I thought this is something that they put me on, and I've been on, when I was like 16 years old. Do the math on that. But I'm so glad to be just done with it. Like it was not an easy route at all, but it was something, like ADHD. It's like, and then all of a sudden now they're coming out with all these adverse effects. So it's just crazy.
Yeah. My parents had me on Ritalin when I was like 5 years old. I was freaking my parents out because I was saying things like, I remember when I was born and it hurt, but I'm okay now. I was, like literally the day my mom died, I told her she wasn't coming home, and I was freaking my parents out so bad. They were taking me from doctor to doctor to doctor. And, I just, I was getting like death premonitions is what they call it. I was totally seeing everything that was happening emotionally, like everything happened before it would occur, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I hate actually now when I get premonitions about shit, because it's like I'm just the messenger, right? What you decide to do ultimately is your decision. But don't kill the messenger. I'm just trying to tell you because the message came through me. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It sucks. I mean, I used to scare the shit out of me because it was always trauma. But now as I've gotten older, it doesn't feel like a curse so much. It feels like this is just who I am, and this is my gift. And sorry, I'm the bearer of bad news, but I would rather know something's coming and getting a heads up than someone knew something was going to happen and not say shit, right? Like,
Right.
Say something, dude.
Oh, yeah. And that's a problem, too. So many people, I can't even tell you, just sit there and they say nothing at all. Nothing at all. And it's like, man, it's just crazy. It really is.
Yeah. Well, I've been treated like I was crazy my whole life. So, you know what I mean? Like, I love the Dr. Seuss saying, like, those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Like, I know my friends, they're going to love me and they're going to have my back and they will go to the ends of the earth for me. And that's all that matters. And if you're not, like I said, if you're not for the planet, you're not for the animals, and you're not for the kids, well,
get out of my way. Yeah. And that's just it. When you're doing real work like that, Michelle, you're always going to have haters. You really are. You're always going to have them. So I just think that anytime you do that, you're going to be met with that adversity. It doesn't matter what you're doing. They're out there. There's always both sides,
Yeah. But that's the thing, behind every successful person, there's a pack of haters.
That's right. So true. So true. You got to let those punches, roll off. And sometimes I get annoyed too. I'm guilty of it, where I'm like, oh, just did that, but it's like more and more and more, you kind of get adjusted to it. But people are brutal. They really are.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you're an empathic person, and I know you feel like, I mean, guys,
not like you guys do though, but yeah, like I don't absorb, like I see things, like past that dimension, but I don't, and I feel so bad for people who do. Like, I can't imagine going everywhere and just sucking all those and feeling all those emotions like that. That would be intense. Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. The bull. Oh, they get thorns. That's right.
That's Rob. I mean, every time the wind changes directions, I'm over here just like ugly crying, just it is what I like to. I've been told crying is a strength.
It's a cathartic release.
I hate to cry. I really do.
I know. When I was a therapist, I had a lady, and she cried. She said she cried for a solid 2 weeks, and she came in. She's like, I said, well, that's good. That's a cathartic release. And she's like, she's like, yeah. I'm sure it'll get better soon. Yeah, I know. Oh boy.
Yeah. Have you tried food? I hear it's great.
Comfort. Go get the greasiest food you can find. Netflix, you just plop yourself down there, find a great series, and zone out. You'll be okay.
I'm dying. That's so funny. Yeah, I want to go to Serpent Mountain too, Maya. Sorry, my chat is not moving. Oh, I love Scorpios. Oh, no. I got a whole house full of Scorpios right here, Kurt. I love Scorpios. I get along. Anchor Haven's a Scorpio too. The Truth Exposer. That is Connor's channel. Thank you, Connor. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I'm trying so hard to remember. I just don't remember like I used to.
I do this every day. I hope this is not like that out of a. No, you're fine, Michelle. It's unnerving too, being in front of a crowd of people doing it. So you're doing great.
I gotta tell you what I do to fuck with Aaron, okay? I'll wait till we get in the neighborhood, and then I give him like explicit directions to the house, like the last 2 blocks before I'm like, there's a stop sign coming, stop, and I'm over there hitting that like invisible pedal on my side of the car. We're like 50 feet from the stop sign, and I'm like, oh.
The dummy brake.
And he's like, bitch, I live in this neighborhood too.
Right? Oh man, that's so funny. I see that too. Yeah, that's funny. I said if you can't call, can't laugh about it, yeah, so you'd be crying. So it's better to laugh.
My ass off. He's not laughing. Who doesn't love a woman driver from the back seat?
Oh God, you know what? There must be like a thing about that because my kiddo just turned 17 and he is the worst. I've never had so many rules, and he's over. And I said, that's the problem with your generation. I said, you guys need to mind your own business. It's so funny.
I would like to
definitely a backseat driver.
That's what I was. You need to build a bridge and get the fuck over
it. That's right. Yeah, it is.
I was like, I'm not even gonna get involved with this one. Oh, you didn't get to talk to him yet. I don't know who she's talking about. We're light as a feather. Thank you.
Stiff as a board.
Oh my gosh, I see Anchor Haven, Daniel Richard, Universe is listening, and for every action spoken word out, we'll have a reaction. It's true. It's true. I don't know.
Newton's law of physics: every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So true.
Oh, Connor, I want to get with you about scheduling a show with you next week, Rob.
Yeah, that's cool. We can do it for sure.
Yeah, I've got, so that was what I was going to tell you guys. That I'm going to be, so I've got a show coming with Connor's going to come and teach heraldry, which I am ecstatic about. He's going to teach the whole language of how heraldry works so that we understand it better. Because I've been making these connections with these patches, right? Like, and coats of arms that go back to like the 1200s. And I'm like, things that make you go, They just, how many coincidences is it when it's not an accident anymore, right? Like, I don't know.
So true. I don't think there are coincidences. I just think if there are, we just don't know it well enough. I mean, it just.
Yeah, I'm a little OCD, but I mean, I know I'm not stretching it sometimes. Like sometimes it's so obvious. It's like, is anyone seeing this shit? No,
yeah, I know.
Okay.
Everybody else is walking around blind, running into walls sometimes. It's like.
You walk around like this.
I know how it feels in the morning. I walk into walls too, but I mean, you can't continue to walk on the walls every day in and day out. Like it's.
Well, you can, but
it's still. Yeah. That's true. You could, and let's hope that it doesn't get that. But it really is like it's so nice and to see the awakened people like all in the community, and but there's still realistically some people out there that are buying into all this stuff and that aren't seeing things like, the way Michelle's pointing out and like DECODE this stuff. I got into cryptology and steganography and all that stuff. And it's intense. It's intense to learn all this stuff. Yeah. So I give you so much credit for what you're doing. Keep doing it. You're doing a great job.
I can't take all the credit by myself. I will tell you this. I hope I never stop learning from you guys. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. Unless it's the club, then I want to be the smartest one so I can get the fuck out. But I never want to stop learning from you guys. Like, I love learning with you. I love teaching. So Connor is going to come on and do heraldry next Saturday with Wolf Dragon and I. And then on the 20th, I'm going on March 4th Productions with Don Rogers, and Nathan Sizik is going to grace us with his presence. And I feel like I'm forgetting another. Oh, and my friend Steven from BG Cast Podcast. I know he was in the chat earlier. I'm his moderator. Usually Tuesday or Wednesdays, he has a show going too. The guy is a fucking genius. I mean, I love listening to him. He can hold an audience like no other. I don't know if he does Toastmasters, but I mean, the guy should be teaching like how to speak like for a living. That's it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Do you want to tell them where they can find you too, Michelle? Like giving you your social media links or anything you got going on?
Social security number. I was like, no one wants that.
Name, address.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys can find me. I'm the Earth Grid Rescue Mission on YouTube or Michelle Whitney 5604. I prefer for you to follow me on there. But you can also find me on Facebook, Michelle Whitney. I do try to get back to everybody, but sometimes I'm a little overwhelmed and I can't always get online and have a conversation with everybody. But if you do message me, I will do my best to get back to you. And you can always find me through Rob and Coley.
Definitely. If you're looking for Michelle and you can't find her, definitely shoot us a message or leave a comment. We'll help you get in touch. So that's awesome.
Yeah, just open your
That's
ears.
awesome.
Really good show, Michelle. You did awesome. You were amazing.
Yeah, you did. Amazing. Good
I
job.
love you guys. I love you guys so much. I'm sorry I was a little hyper tonight. I'm just
No, that's fine. You're great.
I just like to have fun. But I just want to let you know I love you all. I appreciate you. I thank you for your time. And most especially Rob and Coley, thank you for having me as a guest. It is always an honor.
Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. And Rob, do you have any last questions or anything on your end or something I missed?
No, I'm good.
Good. Well, thanks again, Michelle, for coming on, and we're going to have to catch up soon. And as always, is there anything you want to leave the audience with or some words of wisdom?
Just love yourselves, love each other, go outside, look in the sun, hug your animals. And the best thing to do is have a little bit of forgiveness and grace. If you get the choice, choose forgiveness and grace and love.
That's awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, crap. There you go. Oh, yeah, she's wonderful. I tell you, Rob, she's like, I love her energy. I love her enthusiasm. She's spent so many hours like researching it. She knows inside and out. She's just amazing. She really is.
Yeah, Michelle's awesome. I consider her a really good friend, you know. She contacted me after Renetta died, and like, you know, we just became friends, you know. And yeah, she's cool. She's really cool. She knows
That's
a lot.
awesome.
She's really intelligent, you know. She's very intelligent. Like she's you know,
definitely.
she's like levels. I think she's levels above a lot of people. You know, I really do,
for sure.
You know?
You can't connect the dots like that, but
I didn't mean to say it like that. I mean that she's
no,
just, like,
but she's connecting all these big dots. Like, I mean, you have to have like I've seen her. It's impressive. It really is. Not everybody can do that. There's no way. Yeah. I mean, she's put in so much time and energy and effort into it, and she knows her stuff. There's no doubt about that. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. So what do you got going on this week? Anything you want to leave people with, or let them know what shows you got coming on? Coming up?
As usual, you know. I don't know exactly. Well, I got to look at my calendar. I'm not sure what's going on. You know, there's a show every day this week. I know that for sure. You know, I'll be on every day this week, including Saturday, and then we'll see. I mean, you know, so it should be
right. Too, and we can like let them know the links. So anybody over on Twitter, watch it, and Rob's on Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. Also, I encourage you to go over and check out his channels. And Rob, what's your channel over on YouTube? Because I know you changed it since.
Guys, like I just got taken off of TikTok. They totally deleted my TikTok, and it happened to a good friend of mine, Lauren Pritchard as well. She got taken down the day Charlie Kirk got killed, and then I got taken down. And I wasn't really related. That we just both got taken down. So. You know, support the show. Watch on Rumble at Typical Skeptic Podcast. Watch on YouTube at Typical Skeptic Podcast 2.0, Truth Unveiled. And, you know, follow me on social media. And if you can, support the podcast. And that's about it. Thank you. This was awesome. I love
that. Was awesome. Yeah. Do you think the name change, or should we wait and announce it?
Oh, you want me to announce? I didn't know if you wanted me to announce it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm good with it. I think we should roll with it.
So, guys, would you tell us what you think of this? Me and Coley, we're going to start our own YouTube channel for this show, and we're going to start our own RSS feed, and we're going to start, you know, a TikTok and everything. It's going to be, and the name of the podcast is going to be, you guys ready for it?
Roll. Oh, you have to repeat it. I'm going to.
Dynamic Disclosure Duo. And that's what it's going to be, and we're going to start, you know, we'll still go live on our channels until we get it, like, you know, until we get a lot of people to subscribe. You know, but like, you know, that's what we want to do. We're going to start a whole everything new for this show because it's going so well and you guys like it so much. So like, you know, Jason says make it safe to be monetized. I know that's what I'd like to do. Yeah. I mean, well, it's hard to make it safe with the content we cover. You know what I mean? You know, so I don't know. I mean, but Coley does really good. I mean, she's amazing with the bookings. Like she always gets like really interesting.
I know.
I mean, I do too. I get, you know, I'm you know.
No, there's been a couple where when you said that, I just kind of made me laugh. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Say how good you are. I mean, you're amazing at it. Like you're able to like contact. I don't know. Like I get people too, guys. You know what I mean? I contacted Gareth like today. You know, so we're gonna maybe have him on. We're hoping to have him on. So I mean, like but you're really good at that. You know, Like,
no, I was thinking of one I booked and it didn't. Some, you always have somebody in the mix.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I was ready to say to him? I was ready to say, you need to take yourself off camera. And then, he would say, I have a neurological disorder. That's an inside joke between us guys. If anybody wants to know, I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you guys, me and Coley find the funniest clips from the community, and then we share them from each other. Like, like things that could be considered like bloopers that people are doing on podcasts, but like nobody knows we do it. So, but we know we do it.
Now they know now. There's some good ones out there, though. It's some like classics out there. You gotta love it.
Real good ones. I mean, there's some shit that you would believe that, like, you're like, do that, So maybe we should.
Yeah, and if you ever come across, I think so too. And if you ever come across them, please drop them in my DM or Rob's DM, because there's some. We've had them too, like throughout the shows, but there are some ones where I've just like I can't even believe what I'm watching sometimes.
What we're referring to is like, we're not going to tell who said this, but like this is the thing, guys. So there was this one podcast where this guy brought this girl on, and this girl kept bobbing her head like this. He said here, he was like, "You need to take yourself off camera," and we were like, "What? Did he really just say take yourself off camera?" And she was like, "But I have a neurological disorder."
Oh my God, it was so.
I'm not saying it was, but it's just, and it's all in good humor.
Oh yeah.
Like, I love these people. They're good people. It was just funny.
Oh yeah, there's definitely been some classic moments, but I actually think that would be like a good show to cover. Like, because everybody has to learn to, it's not. You got to laugh at yourself. If you can't laugh at yourself in some of those situations, you're not going to make it very far in this world.
I know I've done I've done.
Oh, me too. I can own it too. I totally get it. And yeah, that's so true. If you can't laugh at yourself and have some fun with this, it's really going to eat you up alive. So we're just really well. But yeah, in closing, when we'll be doing a show this Wednesday, right? Is that what we have? We'll be announcing it, I guess, if we don't know.
One Wednesday, and then we have some Friday, right?
Yeah, we have Friday and Saturday. So we have a jam-packed week coming up. So tune in.
Like, she says that's great, the super duo. So she loves the name.
Aw, I love it. Yeah, it's catchy. We tossed back and forth names so much, and we were trying to find something. We're like, we'll know it. We'll know it when we hear it. So both of us, I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I like it. If nothing else, I said we could go with like the D3. So that's kind of cool too. I like it.
Dynamic disclosure duo. So yeah. So hopefully,
yeah, we got it. I love it.
And I think we definitely fit people in the community to get partners in their podcast too, which is great. You know what I mean? It's great to see everybody building and everybody like because we're all one big family. At the end of the day, guys.
We are.
Like we joke around about people, but we are all one big family, and we all need to stay together, and we all need to help each other and care about each other, because the people that are controlling this planet, they don't care about us. You know what I mean? And they show that with the things they do, I don't need to explain. You guys know what's going on. You know what I mean? And that's
absolutely
everything. You need to look out for each other and take care of each other and love one another. Because that's really important.
That is important. Yeah, no, that's fantastic stuff, and you're so true. So I guess in closing, thank you for taking the journey into the unknown with Coley from SNX Radio and Rob from Typical Skeptic Podcast, and the closure. Be good to one another. Definitely.